Hi everybody, welcome to our Aion 5.8 Heart of Frost live stream. Yeah. In this update, we're just going to, in this live stream, we're going to talk about Aion 4.8. I am Linda. What did you say to me?
I said nothing. I said absolutely nothing.
Oh, sorry. I got a little feisty there. Hi everybody, I'm Linda. You know me as He-Man, and I have here with me Mike, the associate producer of Aion, who we know as Gideon.
Hello.
As I stated, this is our Aion 5.8 stream. So I know people have been checking out some of the information coming out from Korea about Aion 6.0. So hey, we have to update to 5.8 first before we can get into 6.0. So if you got any questions about 6.0, you're welcome to post in the forum, discuss it among yourselves on there too. And when it's time for us to be able to answer any of the questions, we'll definitely jump right into that. Awesome. Yep. As I stated, I'm 5.8, so before we jump into discussing some of the things in this update, I want to let you guys know that Frozen Magic is ending next week, along with Tempered Power, where you can temper your plume and bracelet to get even more prizes and all that good stuff. Server transfer queuing will resume on the 15th after our 5.8 update, which happens on January 10th. Mark your calendars, woot woot, all that good stuff. And that's right, you also just deployed a Lunar Survey.
Yeah, so we have a Lunar Survey that just went out. Since there is an issue in the game right now where the daily Luna material chest is not dropping, we send out a survey to make up for those missed days. And it should last throughout until the next maintenance, basically. Right,
which will be the 10th.
Yep.
And hopefully things will be resolved then. If not, we'll get that sorted out again then. But in the meantime, enjoy your Luna material boxes ahead of time.
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. So, heads up, we are currently on our internal test server where we do all of our testing. And so some things you see on here may not actually be a reflection of what's going to be in live. You may see things that are not quite been localized properly. So again, this is the test server, which we use internally to do a bunch of random things that may seem a little fishy to you.
Wow.
I'm just saying. These are just part of, we just have special characters.
Yeah.
Special characters.
Yep.
So one of the biggest things that's happening in Heart of Frost is Divine Fortress is making its grand return.
Yep.
Restrigal has been revived despite some of our efforts from Davis, right? What were some of the efforts?
Well, they're most recently Bastion of Souls,
right.
Trying to get in there and stop the Harvesters from resurrecting her. That effort, of course, failed, and Ereshkigal is now awakened. Previously to that, going all the way back to 4.8, Ereshkigal was imprisoned in Dragonspire depths. She got out. 4.9, she got to the Abyss, and it froze over. And all this was kind of happening behind the scenes. There were things that we could see on the surface, but it wasn't really being explained. And if you follow this thread, you can kind of see that she's kind of been in the picture since 4.8.
Bit of a force to be reckoned with, and which you will see once we jump into the Divine Fortress, where you can see everything that's been going on with that. So Maggie, why don't you just jump over to my screen and I'll show you what the core currently looks like. So I'm standing where Elios faction would land when it's time for Divine Fortress Siege. You can see it's completely icy thanks to Ereshkigal's power, and it's pretty cool. I'm sorry, let me change that view. How about that? It's one of my favorite scenes and all that good stuff. So when the siege starts, which is happening, Saturday evening, that's currently where we have it on the schedule. When we launch on the 10th, check out the schedule, see how it fits for you guys. If you don't work, of course, give us the feedback on the forums and see what we can accommodate, since the schedule's always busy and we cover a bazillion time zones, right? So it's always a little bit hard to find where you can get the most players on at the same time. What was I saying again? So siege is on Saturday evenings, and when the siege starts, basically, with Ereshkigal's influence is so strong, you can't fly. This is not a aerial siege. This is all ground. Right, Mike?
Yes, so you got to go back in kind of the old-fashioned way, and on foot, take it out. It has a couple of effects. One, you're not really able to do any of this, sneaky fly around the back kind of strategies. But also, it should be a lot of fun just to be able to go straight toe-to-toe with the other faction. And once you break into Divine Fortress and get to the deity, you'll learn that it's actually Orison, I guess? Orison, who was killed in Drakenspire Depths. And he's back to life somehow, and then there are some other things after that that explain why.
Right, yeah. Siege mechanics, there's currently 5 artifacts, and there's a lot of different things that you can do to ensure that you getting into the fortress quicker than the other faction, such as claiming all the artifacts, and there's a bunch of other support things that that are also available, which will be detailed in our patch notes coming out next week. So you can see on my screen there are 5 artifacts. This is the core. I like some blue. I kind of like the blue better than the red, but that's just my personal opinion on that matter. So with that, when you take over Divine Fortress, you open one of the 2 new instances, Mirages Sanctum, right? Mm-hmm. It is a solo instance where, what was that one again?
So
Go ahead.
So if you control the fort, the entry will be inside the fort itself. If you don't, then you'll have to go around the back way. There's actually an external way to reach it. And it's a solo instance where you actually discover a resurrection pool that the Harvesters have been using to resurrect any dead soldiers of Ereshkigal's, hence why Orison was in the fort itself. This will be kind of replacing the barracks instances from the Upper Abyss, which will be removed. But Mirages Sanctum itself is actually, I feel, a much more interesting instance than those ones. There's an item that you get that helps you move around the instance and stuff like that. And, I had fun with it when I was solo playing it through.
Oh, right. Hey, you actually have access to that, right?
Yes, I do. I can show the first little room of it. Now I'll be going in here. I have some pretty decent gear, but actually, pretty good stuff. The new Abyss set. But right now I'm just going to Devrath these guys.
Being on the test server, we do have, like I mentioned, special abilities. So, we are GM, so we kind of don't die.
And so when you take out this first named mob, you get an iron hook, which, for me at least, it was a little bit reminiscent of like Legend of Zelda style, though it's not quite as fancy as that. You just go up to these ladders. Come on, do it. Oh wait, no, now I remember. You gotta target it, use the hook. It says you cannot use it, that's not fun. There we go. And so that's how you get around the instance. And there's a bunch of cases where you have to use it. So it's a little bit fun to explore. And at the end of it, you reach the leader of the Harvesters, Kirshka, and she is the boss.
Right. Harvesters. I was testing on that Drana and trying to, resurrect people and bring Ereshkigal back to life, which they successfully did.
Yep.
So the other instance that we have is Frozen Monolith, and that is a group instance. Both of these instances are 66 and above. And Frozen Monolith is a defense fortification for Ereshkigal, and there's a tower in there that's linked to her influence into the Abyss. So you have to defeat the Tower Guardian, Brigade General Nurgle. And Mike's going to go through that instance pretty quickly as well.
First, I teleported outside because you can actually see where the monolith is above. I noticed this just as we were starting the stream. It's actually above the fort. So this is it way up here. And I'll just go ahead and teleport into it. And it's a fairly standard one. It reminds me a lot of Infinity Shard, where there are some trash mobs at the beginning and then you fight the boss. And there's not a whole lot of complication there. You do get a cool intro cinematic. So there's not a whole lot of complicated mechanics or anything. You just fight through these mobs and then you fight the boss itself.
I don't know why. They just make me laugh. Elios just make me laugh. I can't help it. Sorry. So this is a scene where they're trying to attack Ereshkigal.
They're assaulting the monolith.
Oh, spoiler alert, sorry. That's a different scene.
and that's the boss, Nurgle.
The blurs look so cool. I'm a big fan. As an introduction to with the instances coming soon, we also have something new called Spindle Points. And you can get Spindle Point in completing these instances as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And quests and a couple other of the new things added to this patch, yeah.
And with Spindle Point, we can buy the new Abyss set.
Yep. Spindle Points work a little bit differently from other previous coins like Ceramium and previous, in that they aren't used for PvE coin gear, but rather are being used for a PvP set. And this PvP set's kind of cool. There are actually 3 tiers of new PvP set added to the game with this update, and you have to purify it up. And the final tier is the one that I'm actually wearing right now, and it is not breakable. So I could enchant this, and even if the enchantment fails, it's not going to break. Now, these gears are really difficult to get. It takes a lot of materials to purify them. Of course, you need to get the enchantment level increased. Though a lot of these items, when you receive them initially, sometimes you'll get it with bonus enchantment levels already there, so it'll be less work.
Yeah, always a big fan of free enchantments.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, but I'm actually really, really happy because the enchantment breaking has been pretty brutal for a lot of players, and even though these are really difficult to get, ultimately I think the reward's really worth it.
Right, it's the first step towards the direction that we really want to go into. And we also have a few other Unbreakable sets as well.
Yes, the Harvester's set can be purified into an Unbreakable set. You'll need Harvester Soul Stones, which are, I believe, new with this update,
Right.
In order to do so. And then there's a third set, which I've seen it in the game files, but I haven't figured out how to get it yet.
Right.
But I'm still talking with Dev on that.
So if you have pieces of the Harvester set, you can definitely, in Aion 5.8, purify them if you have the appropriate materials.
Yeah.
So it becomes the Unbreakable set. Being unbreakable, it's also untradeable. It's character bound. It's not account bound, so you can't move it around the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is a departure from other Archdeva level weapons. That it's just not tradable at all. So make sure that you have it on the right character before you purify it. The last step.
Cool. 5.8 also brings a lot of quality of life changes, and that's kind of the thing we've been seeing with every update. The new quality of life additions, including something pretty interesting, nothing too crazy, but one of the features is the divine soul healing, where you can now go to a soul healer after you were murked a few times, or fell to your death horribly, and want to restore some of your lost EXP. You can use it to now restore your HP and MP.
Yep.
Surprisingly enough, how do I kill myself? I mean, in game.
We have the Undying buff on right now
okay.
for our GM characters, so it's a little more complicated. But as Linda mentioned, the basic essence of this is that when you go to a soul healer, any soul healer really, as long as you can use the soul healing, there will also be an option for divine soul healing right underneath that. And it's a bit more expensive, of course, but honestly I feel that this should have been what soul healing was from the very beginning of the game, so I'm pretty happy with this. I actually don't know why they just left regular soul healing in, but
options
for those on a budget.
Yeah, for those on a budget, or you can use the opportunities to hang out and do other business while you're slowly regenerating HP and MP. So another thing that we're also adding is the Stigma Sad Effects.
And I've got more information on that right now.
Look at all those stigmas. I have no stigmas on my character right now, but of course it's a test character.
So there's a tooltip down here that's been added to the Stigma page where it talks about Stigma Sad Effects. In order to get one of these, you need to have all of your equipped stigmas leveled up to at least +6, and it goes up to +10. And at +9, you actually unlock a 7th slot, which can be used for any regular stigma. You can't use any major or great stigmas here, or greater stigmas here. And when you get these a full set, most of these bonuses add levels to the Stigma skills. So if you get everything up to +10, you're effectively running +15s.
Wow.
Which is really high. And also, that will also affect your linked Stigma skill as well.
It's a lot of emphasis on stigmas.
Yeah. I kind of like that they added the additional skill. I think that it frees up a lot of build choices that maybe can be a little more interesting. The adding just straight power to it, given how difficult it is, it stratifies things a little bit between, players who are already really strong and players who are less strong. But hopefully it'll, the system will be improved in the future as well.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. And then we have a cute little feature update with the Atrean Bestiary.
Bestiary.
Dang it.
It's okay, you tried.
I tried. It's my accent, guys.
I don't know why you say that.
I don't know. I don't know, yeah.
It's beasts. They're beasts.
I think it's because they take out the A
Yeah.
when they call it a bestiary. I'm guilty of it too.
I learned it from Mike. Let's just blame Mike.
Oh, all right. It's always me. It's always my fault. Everything's my fault.
It's kind of true. Sorry, Mike. Can you give us a rundown?
Yeah, so there are a couple of major changes here. One, actually probably the one that I noticed first and foremost is we have a Bookmarks tab. You can, similar to how we had it on the instances, you can now, like the instance information window, we added the favorites tab a while back. You can bookmark these guys and have it right here instead of having to click through all the pages. One quirk of the system that I've noticed is each area has its own bookmark tab. So, see, I just clicked down to Illuma and it disappeared. So if you bookmark something and then later it seems to disappear, just check what page you're on. A couple other things. There's no longer the little clicky menu that lets you go between. There's no longer the little clicky menu that lets you go between Illuma and Norsefold or Elios and Asmodean pages, and it's all on one page now. They also added instances for a lot of the different Arcdeva instances. So you have stuff here. It says found in Adma's Fall, Fissure of Oblivion. You have some from Cradle of Eternity and Archives of Eternity, and also the newer instances in the Abyss. So you've got some from Mirages Sanctum and from Frozen Monolith.
The monsters you just killed.
Yeah, and all the bosses too.
Yeah, really cool stuff. And with the way the system works, the more mobs you kill, you unlock different tiers, and those tiers just give you XP. It's a fun little thing to do while you're like doing quests or just killing a bunch of trash mobs or whatever. You eventually collect them over time and just dump a bunch of free XP.
Yeah, what I'd really like to see in the future is maybe adding stuff for the lower levels so that if you're a new player just coming up, you have kind of this cool little achievement thing to go through.
Right.
Though leveling also at those levels is really fast, so I'm not sure if that would really see the payoff that the developers would want. But
nerf the EXP a little bit for the lower levels, so you don't go from like level 15 to level 30 in one thing. Would make things interesting, though.
Yes. But something so that players can feel like more accomplished. Like, hey, I've done everything in this zone now.
Yeah. Killed all the mobs. And it's always fun to collect things, that's for sure. We collect costumes, we collect titles, and we can collect monsters in our monster book. Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to try to say the other word. I'm just not going to. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to call it a monster book. Oh, right on. So where are you at right now? You near me? You dancing around me? You're not dancing around me. Oh, yeah, we're by the frozen monolith.
Yeah.
If you guys were looking at what our characters are doing, we have a new emote that we equipped.
Yeah, it's a new idle animation.
Gosh, I don't even know how to describe what she's doing. She's just kind of prancing around in spot. And
Here, I'll teleport.
You're dancing around too, see?
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to you.
Just kind of doing. I don't even know. I should have learned this dance so we could have done it on the live stream. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna watch this character and we see. And actually, she's doing the spinny thing, the airplane motion. I can't do that really, not too well. And just like, I don't know. You caught me right in that little thing. She was just like, everything's great. I don't know. It's just strange. It's a new idle animation though. So with new idol animations, we also have new costumes, and we're not showing you all the new costumes that we have. We have some really cool stuff. We're mostly just showing you the cool stuff because there's some really weird stuff. I mean, do you have the really weird stuff on? Maybe no weird stuff today.
It's Aion. There's got to be weird stuff.
Oh, that's right. There's that one weird stuff. Let me put that baby on too.
There's a YouTube video somewhere where HQ had a video of two characters in these pajamas and they were doing this dance.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing right now, and it's a little terrifying.
They had it synchronized though. I was very impressed with that.
Oh, dude, so yours is a fox and the female is like a little raccoon or some sort, right?
They are different.
The tails
Or
are
a-
different.
Purple, red panda.
Red panda, maybe? Oh, yeah, maybe it's a red panda.
Purple panda. Oh, it has it on the side, on your arm. Look at your arm. No, the other arm. There's a patch on your arm.
Oh.
I don't even.
You gotta like.
Oh, I see. I gotta zoom
Yeah,
into it. Oh, it's a
let
red
me
panda.
fix this.
Yeah, you were right. Nice catch, man.
No problem. I got you. Oh, you're like a little fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, the milk bottle thing, I don't get it, but hey, one of the cool new costumes, weird new costumes that we're getting in game, probably offered, through the store, through events, and even through our, bi-weekly costume rotation.
Yep.
I have no idea what you plan to do with this one. I don't even want to know, Mike. I don't want to know.
Wow.
I like making things weird. All right, what's our next costume that we want to show off?
We have this cool one with,
Which one?
yeah,
Which was that one?
cargo outfit.
Oh, okay, I got that.
Yeah, some of these names haven't been finalized yet, of
Whoopsies.
course. I'm going to take off this dance motion because it just looks weird.
It's kind of driving me a little crazy, but I'm okay with that. Oh, she looks like
Laura
I don't.
Croft.
Yeah, kind of right.
More modern one,
A
maybe.
little more modern Laura Croft, and I don't know why I kind of thought like Kim Possible. That's what she's called, right?
Yeah.
That's her name.
So one of the things that I've noticed I'm doing a lot more with these costumes, and I actually really like it, is adding shoulder pieces. So this backpack is actually, it goes into your shoulder slot. So, it frees up a little more in terms of how players...
Your mic is like broken.
Oh. It frees up a little more in terms of how players are able to customize their looks.
Right. We were used to seeing a lot of just one piece where you couldn't equip like different, shoulder pieces where were like wings, like the delegate shoulders were really popular and they were really nice and good to go with other sets. And now we're seeing a movement with costumes coming in multiple pieces. And of course we sell them usually as a set, multiple pieces, so you can kind of customize to the things you like, the things you don't like, and gives you a little more creative freedom in dressing your characters. I'm pretty simple. I just kind of be like, let's equip everything because I don't have that eye for that fashion, as you can tell. We're just wearing our plain old gray NC soft shirts and all that jazz. All right, let me pick a costume. Whoopsies. I didn't turn off my...
new minions here.
We have new minions?
Yes, we do.
Oh, well, you're going to have to wait because I got to do my costumes.
All right, I'll show right after.
All right.
People can see me summoning them right now.
Well, you saw me wear it earlier. Wait, what, is that steampunk? I did that's the steampunk costume. That's another. Oh, it's we have other steampunk costumes, and this is another set adding on top of that.
Yep. And the shoulder for this one is actually this cool little jetpack on the back.
Little. She looks a little. Well, you can't see it. Sorry. Let me take off my harp. That would help. There you go. Look at that. So again, separate items, so you can kind of customize it however you seem fit.
This costume is cool. I want to wear the IRL.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job for
They
this
really
one.
did. They really did. Alrighty. So let me try out a different one. What was the one I was wearing earlier? What did I do with
Noble?
that? Oh yeah, the Noble. I was wearing the Noble costume earlier. Did I leave her shoulders on? Which ones are her
I got it.
shoulders?
Cool.
So pretty.
Got a cool monocle.
Yeah.
You saw me wearing that earlier. That's a new costume. It's not a wedding dress. It kind of looks like one though, but
No.
not a wedding
Well,
dress.
I'm glad we have like 50 wedding dresses already in Aion, so
I know.
I'm glad that they didn't give us another one.
But it looks great. This looks great. I love the little rose design on the corner, on the hip. And I know she can't stop dancing. Oops, she's still wearing the jetpack. Kind of misplaced where I had my wings in the inventory. I don't even have that much stuff. Where did I put it? Was it that? That's not that. Oh, it's that. My bad. There you go. She's a little cape on. A little mini cape.
Oh, that's cute.
That is really cute. Kind of want one in real life too. I love capes. I just can't wear them because I'm too short. Life sucks. Let's see, what else we have? Oh, we have the retro checkered. Oh, that's adorable.
So I noticed something on this one. The hat is actually only wearable by female characters.
Oh, interesting. Happens a lot.
But the shoulder piece, which is this backpack, and the outfit itself are for both genders.
Right. I kind of like it better on the dude. It looks a little like too Madeline for the for the girl. She was wearing this big fluffy dress, and now she's wearing these checkered pattern thing. Funny, just funny. Do we have one more, or is that it?
There were a couple of new wing skins.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which one do you want to put on? There's the white one and the black one.
I have the black ones on already, so I'll pop those.
I'll put the white one on.
Okay.
They look pretty similar. These ones are actually really, really simple wings. Nothing fancy at all about them, but I don't know. Personally, I kind of like them.
It's different, you know. We're so used
minimalist.
to, very, very minimalist, very minimal in that sense. We're so used to like flashy bits, sparkly, and sometimes you just want something that looks just simply nice, and these wings kind of do it.
Oh wait, we're in the abyss. We can fly, huh?
Yes, we can technically fly. Oopsies. Yay! The flapping. Maybe I'll do a barrel roll at some point.
I've got the other.
I love the barrel roll. No, wait. No. Oh, there we go. Got some of that barrel roll.
I have the other wing skin.
Okay, pop
It's
it.
got 3 pairs of wings.
Ooh. You're gonna fall to your
It's
death.
tentatively named.
Oh my god, you're gonna fall to your death. Okay, you're right there.
The name for this one currently is Archangel's Wings. However, we already have a set named very similarly to that, so it'll be changed by the time it's publicly available.
Snazzy.
Yep. And I get to show off minions now because I really
Okay.
want to. So we have
Do your thing.
we have 5 brand new minions coming out.
Wow.
So I'll start with the bottom. There's Sandoval, which is this little dude.
He's laughing at you. He's a little weird looking.
And then a couple of famous older characters like Karina
Oh, that silly dress you got that you don't really wear because it looks silly. I still have it though. I know I still have it. I'm a hoarder. I'm
Is
one of those
it the
people
same
who
one that's
hoard.
on the store or was on the store for a while?
But you can get it in
the one
game
that
too.
looks like it's like a meat dress or something. Like the coloring and the shimmeriness of it made it look like it was made out of bacon or something.
Yeah, it was this big, long sleeve, floofy thing. You get her when you fight her in the instance too, and she always drops it.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to get one. But yeah, I think we did sell a lot of stuff that was available in game on the store, but we've done a pretty good job and removed most of that.
Yeah.
So.
Then we have Viola, who of course is where'd she go? There she is.
She flies.
She's floating. Where'd she? There. Ah!
That was creepy. And she's got like little stuffed animals, so it's even creepier.
Yeah. Not very emotional. She's.
So cute.
She is adorable.
Yep. What do you want? Oh, okay,
So
you're
people
turning
can
off.
see Viola in all her beautiful glory.
I don't even know what her little idle animation is like.
She's just cold, man.
I know.
She's got these eyes that you just look into, and you just cannot, not look into them. Just gonna stare at her. She's so cute. I wish I was cute. Anyways.
Moving on. Oh, there she goes. Aw.
Oh, that was cute.
There's-
They're saying that they'd like you to slow down on minions to see the buffs they give
Oh, I see
Okay.
it.
and their skills.
Certainly, I
Sure.
will do that. I don't have these leveled up all the way because they were just summoned. So let me bring that up.
We're gonna feed them.
I don't have enough minions to feed them. I don't want to feed them to each other. That would be weird.
That would be strange indeed.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
So-
while Mike works on that, I can go over a couple other stuff that is going on. So we have Homeward Bound event returning for new and returning players, and of course veterans as well get some extra stuff while chilling in game. We have, again, as mentioned, server transfers are opening back up on the 15th. Sorry, queuing for server transfer opening back up on the 15th, so you can, and then the following week after that is when we process them, and you can move between
10,000 damage.
Catalum and Denaria. What else do we got? Frozen Magic is ending, Tempered Power is ending, and I'm sure a lot of people are asking questions about Aion 6.0. Aion 6.0 is coming out in Korea very, very, very soon. We don't have a lot to talk about that in the moment because, we still need an update to Aion 5.8, Heart of Frost. So, when the time comes, we'll be ready to talk about 6.0, but you're still welcome to talk about that on the forums anywhere else. And, if we can answer any questions or just discuss among yourselves, all that good jazz. How you doing over there, Mike?
Well, I'm going through these kind of slowly so that players can read it. And also,
I see.
feel free to take screenshots or something if I'm going a little too quickly here. One thing that I did see was Chromid's second skill deals 10,000 damage in a 2-second stun, but it deals less damage to a player. It just doesn't say how much less. So I'm like, that's a little much.
They did get a little bit of a buff in this coming update, right, Mike?
I'm doing air quotes, little.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Okay.
They buffed the stats, they pretty decently, I think, across the board, and then and that'll affect any pre-existing minions as well.
Right
so any minions that you've already got leveled up will be receiving a buff to the number of stats that they give out. The skills themselves, I believe some of them are receiving a slight rework.
The cost is going to be lower as well, I believe.
Like the minion energy costs?
I can't remember. I think it was Kina cost.
Actually, yes, that was it, I think. I
Yeah.
think they're lowering the Kina costs, some of the Kina costs associated with these.
The full details on the minions and everything else we've been discussing will be available in the patch notes sometime next week.
Yep.
Next week, Mike?
Yes.
What's the progress on those patch notes?
I will give it 100% chance that they will be out by the time the update goes live.
Yeah, we've been pretty good about it, putting it out on, honestly, Monday the earliest, Tuesday the latest. So you'll definitely be able to read them before the update goes live on Wednesday, January 10th.
Hyperion's the last one. Where'd he go? There he is.
He's supposed to be this terrifying thing, and he just looks adorable.
He's so cute.
What are his animations?
Well, we're watching them.
You just have to wait.
Inflicts 3,000 damage.
That was adorable. All right, guys, ready to stream now. Good night, goodbye.
Wait,
I'm just
there's
kidding.
one
I'm
more
joking.
skill. He recovers
I'm joking.
3,000
I'm joking.
HP.
It was just cute.
All right. Cool. And that's the last of the minion skills. So.
Oh, he just did another animation. They're adorable. Minions are adorable. I need a minion. Real life and in yay. All righty, everybody.
Cyan.
What?
His name is Cyan.
Oh,
He's
that's
probably
true.
watching us right now.
He's definitely watching us right now. Moderating
Cyan.
chat, maybe talking chat. Hey, Cyan, you do your thing. Talk to you after this live stream. Cool. Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. We are a little short, mostly because this update is mostly based around Divine Fortress Siege and the 2 major instances and a bunch of quality of life changes, which you will be reading in our patch notes later next week.
Yeah, and of course it's all set up for 6.0, which we don't have all the details of yet, but it's looking pretty gigantic already. So we're very excited as well.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Right on, folks. So make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. This live stream will also be available on YouTube maybe sometime tomorrow. So be sure to follow us on YouTube for the latest updates on our videos as well. If you have any questions, feel free to find us on the forums. Me or Cyan will be answering anything that we can answer in the meantime. Again, thanks everybody, and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.